There's always this moment when you start filming where there's like general awkwardness of how to like act when there's a camera in front of you.
It'll be fine.
I find just don't make eye contact.
Just don't make eye contact with the camera and it'll go away.
Directly into the camera's lens.
Let's reminisce.
That was terrible. Let's not go with that.
I'm so going with that though. What's this little thing about that we're doing here? What do we do in it?
What are we doing?
It's really well planned, isn't it?
Yeah.
Off-the-cuff discussions.
Off-the-cuff
about stuff that we used to like.
Of stuff that we remember very poorly, and it's not organised at all, which should make for lots of rambling incoherence. There we go.
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about TV shows that used to freak us out when we were kids. Creepy TV shows that have stuck with us all these years.
Broadcast on the BBC during the 90s, the Moomin became an instant hit with the British public.
Moomin, so already the name...
already.
Some name confusion
It's
here.
called Moomin, the main character's called Moomin, but it's called The Moomin, the song calls it The Moomins.
For you on your TV, they are the Moomins.
I don't think anyone was sure what was going on when this was made.
There's one central fact of certainty, is that it's got something to do with Moomin. The shtick is that there's this family of trolls called the Moomins.
Oh, they're like hippos. So I'll tell you the one thing that used to creep me out the most about the Moomins was this kind of isolated environment in the mountains, and it's all kind of eerie, with eerie music, and...
Yeah. It's idyllic. It's idyllic, but there's a dark undertone to basically everything that happens.
One of the times I was ill, all of the times I was ill, some of the times I was ill, I would see Moomins on TV, because that was the only time it was broadcast, like, yeah, late morning, middle of the day. So my first experience of the Moomins was seeing these weird, surreal, dreamlike things when I was possibly at my most vulnerable, physically and mentally.
Well, they're away from the trappings of society and civilization in general. It's completely removed from any experience of the real world whatsoever. The supernaturalism just contributes to that. So the prospect of just being whisked away when you're ill is pretty, you know, it's pretty alluring.
Pretty terrifying at the same time.
Fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Sorry.
When I was a kid, and we were in school together, remember? We went to school together. And so did you as well, actually. We all went to school together. 2 decades ago.
That's how we know each other.
That's how we
didn't just end up in this room together. Yeah.
Like The Cube. Anyone seen The Cube? Cube's a good film.
Just with the digressions, these constant digressions.
We're not going to get Italy film.
Can I finish my story?
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember.
Start it. Start the story.
It's actually got nothing to do with TV shows. It was just an aside, but I want to say it now.
It's all essentially an aside.
Say it then.
When I was in school, we were getting shit from our bags in the cloakroom, and I said, "Fuck! I forgot my homework." And we were in like year 4. You turned to me and go, "Matt, that is the worst swear word ever."
I don't remember that.
He did.
Blinded.
And then I'll bleep his name
was
out.
a bellend. Oh my god. Sorry, mate. I know you've grown up now, but seriously.
Well, we're editing his
Stop
name out.
pretending that your mistakes are other people's. It was really creepy. It was really creepy. Do you remember that time you thought ... is what you're saying? It was never you that thought it was always him trying to double back. He thought that
This has just got punched through the 4th wall into a really personal, like,
he thought a
crusade
fetish
now.
He thought a fetish, even when we were like 16, was putting things up your bum. So he thought a foot fetish was when you put a foot up your bum. Because his dad told him, and believed this long into his kind of sexually active years. I'm assuming he didn't, he was like 19 years old. You know the point? The guy got fucking bum, man. Idiot.
Oh, my diaphragm!
I hated that guy.
Okay, so
walk
you
to school
let
with
me
him every day. I
finish my
hated that
story.
guy.
I said, fuck you, said it was the worst swear word, and then whose name's getting bleeped,
Yeah, again.
said, "Oh, don't worry, Matt, I won't tell the teacher." 5 minutes later, he walks outside, he goes, "Miss, Matt just swore."
That sums up that man's character.
So yeah, I was going to say how, in fact I am going to say right now, with my mouth words, how...
Sorry.
In the first episode, they find a giant hat that has magical properties. Whatever you put into it, weird stuff comes out. And having not realised this trend, Moomin climbs inside the hat
To hide while they're playing hide and seek.
To hide while playing hide and seek. And when comes out is this kind of horribly... Yeah, he's like a weird fox, skunk, rodent, troll, goblin, orc thing. I don't know, he's really disturbing. I remember that is probably my enduring mental scar from having seen this when I was a kid. But I guess the thing that you told me about recently, and I remembered, was the other creepy character in it called the Groke.
The Groke, yeah. Max, describe the Groke.
The Groke is essentially a ghost, but
I think
takes on a physical form and freezes everything that comes near.
It's a she. You should make notes.
It's a she, isn't it? Yeah. But she only does this because she's lonely. But because of this, she destroys everything that would relieve her loneliness, which is kind of such a tragic circle of despair. Very Scandinavian, the things. But there's just the sense of melancholy sweeping underneath pretty much all of it. And I guess that's the apogee. The apogee is the Groke.
that is special features material right there.
I think that's the theme song.
What?
So other things that used to terrify us when we were kids.
Well, not terrify me, but now that I'm thinking about it, I saw the Moomins when I was off sick from school. There was another TV show which, bear with me, was about cats doing science in an alleyway.
That rings a bell.
I don't remember this.
There were some cats that lived in an alleyway.
Yeah.
And they did.
Oh yeah, also they
did science.
There was some guy.
What was it called?
By the way, camera, I am taking some dandruff from my scalp really subtly on camera. I'm going to put it in my pocket.
The TV show I saw when I was a kid, which has stuck with me, was an art TV show. On it, it had this bit where it was like some man's arms stuck through a mannequin of a man, and he kind of just moved his hands and made things with it going...
Oh
yeah.
God, yeah. You know,
what was that?
It was called Bitzer.
This could be one of the lamest run-ups to a Harlem Shake video. I spent all this
You know
time.
what, man?
Yeah.
I still barely know what the Harlem Shake is, and The Independent dedicated like a whole 2-page spread to it yesterday on page 2 and 3 of The Independent on Sunday. Like,
as far as I'm aware, it's
as if there's no more news to be covering.
It's
This will date it, won't it? Future aliens.
future aliens.
Hey? Future alien archaeologists.
Yeah. So wait a minute, aliens are going to be sifting through the ruins of our civilization. They're going to find...
Well, think
if
of
they
the
find
shit
this,
they're going to find.
If they're going to find this,
Dragon
they're going to think
porn.
we're a bunch of idiots.
Yeah.
Dragon porn, what was that the first thing that came to mind?
Just think about it, because I've seen lots of dragon
I've never
porn.
seen dragon porn.
It's magnificent.
I love the fact we're talking about kids' TV shows and we somehow
Kids'
got
TV
dragon
shows has
porn.
gotten onto anthropomorphic lizards buggering cars.
They're not lizards, they're birds.
Dragons are birds. What?
A kids' TV show which freaked me out as a kid. It was a game show. I can't remember the name of it. And it had a bunch of kids in it. Every single different kids every single episode, and they all used to step into a lift where a guy would talk to them in the lift, and then you take them up to different floors, and on each floor they do a different challenge. There's one challenge that stuck with me more than anything. There was a square room, and
every chessboard type thing.
It was like a chessboard type thing. Every time you took a step, this black knight on the other side of the room would take a step towards you, and the aim of the game was to avoid...
Get to the other side.
Get to the other side, avoiding the black knight, because if he got you, he'd put his arms around you, and a big cloak, and then you'd just disappear. And that was so scary when I was 5 years old. That's all this is going to be, just three guys just agreeing with each other.
12 angry men divided by 4. I've been looking to lens an awful lot.
It won't be
staring you down like the dog you are.
Who are you talking to?
The camera or and the audience.
You're talking about.
He didn't believe me that I had a bass guitar.
At least not believe me about something more
I've got a bass guitar. Bullshit! You've got a bass guitar. Haven't you got a bass guitar?